Good morning. It is a balmy 105 degrees this morning, but welcome back to Better an Idiot. I'm Art, and we got some things that we need to figure out. If you haven't heard, the duct tape drags are coming to Tucson, Arizona, September 29th and 30th. It's going to be with David Freiberger, Derek from Script Garage, and Dave Chappelle from Motor Trend Show, Dirt Every Day. That's the one. Anyways, so we got some things that we need to figure out. We're going to be there on both days for the car show, and Tackett from Tackett House of Horsepower is going to be there for the drag races as well. I'm not going to be putting anything into the burnout class because, well, everything I got right now has got about 90 horsepower, so it's not peeling out anywhere on anything, whether it's ice or not. It's not doing it. So the thing that we need to figure out is, what are we going to take out there to the car show for you guys to check out? Is it going to be the Script Garage C10? Or maybe Earl, my 66 F250? Well, you guys need to let us know what you'd like to see out there. If you want to see Oscar, you gotta let me know now, because I'm gonna have to put in some work to get it ready. I think the fuel pump is just toast on it, so gotta let me know so we can get some work in on that. But this one here, let's do a walk around so you can get a better idea of what we're talking about here. So this is the Script 69 C10 from the Locked Up episode. It's going to be up here in the corner. You want to check it out. So Derek got this out of a mechanic shop that had been sitting out there for like 12 years, and it was completely seized up. Took it out, got it unseized, and drove it around. Since it didn't have any brakes, he just kind of left it as is and went on with his day. But we drove out to Tennessee for my cousin to pick this one up. So now this is Feinberg's 69 C10. But the heritage still stays with the Script. I try and leave it exactly how it was when we picked it up, other than I replaced some lenses. I fixed the door. Door was hanging off of it, but fixed up the interior a little bit. And the things that we need to do if we do go, I gotta swap this steering wheel out. This is for like a square body Chevy. We put the column in. It's got the 3-speed on the floor that used to be up here on the column. But the bed, toolbox is all the same. Still got a bunch of crap in there. The only thing that I took out there was all the trash that was in it when I picked it up. But then we got a nice little personalized plate. I threw some clear coat on it, some Script clear coat. That's why it looks so shiny and immaculate with 0 dents and scratches. And let's see what else. Let's go ahead and take a look under the hood. So it's kind of tricky to open one-handed. Let's see if we can pull it off. It's not happening. You're gonna have to hold on. All right, got it open. So this is the same 305 that was in it, that was seized, completely locked up and wouldn't turn. And the same 2-barrel Rochester. All I did was rebuild it. Got the same distributor, all that stuff. The only thing that really changed on it is I added an air cleaner. It did not have an air cleaner. Added an air cleaner, changed out the master cylinder, put new valve covers on it because the stamped ones were just, they were garbage. They weren't going to do anything for us. And that's it. Well, I take that back. I put in a new radiator, clutch fan, and shroud just to keep her nice and cool. But under the hood, it is exactly the same. This sucker's reliable. Starts every single time. Drives just like a brand new truck that smokes a little bit. But that's probably one of the most reliable trucks in the fleet. So let us know. 69 C10, Script C10 out there. This is probably gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is probably gonna go regardless. I did get 2 spots for the car show, so just have to figure out how to get the other one there, because I only got 1 trailer right now. But that is the Vice Grip C10. So, on to the next one. This here is my 66 F250 flatbed. Now this is a factory flatbed. Came from the factory with this guy. You can tell by the stamp back here. It is a clean old truck. Odometer says 34,000 miles. I'm gonna bet it's probably 134,000, probably no more than that, because the way this thing drives, it drives perfectly. There's a little bit of rattle here and there, but nothing like you would think a 50, almost 60-year-old truck would drive. Oh man, I'm in love with this truck. But let's check out the inside here. She's a little dirty. I still use it for work every weekend. I just hauled a bunch of branches and everything to the dump this morning, as a matter of fact. But the interior is great. Things I need to do before we take it out there, if we take it out there, I need to flip this steering wheel. It's crooked right now, so I need to turn it so it faces upright and looks nice and pretty. But nothing else really. This thing it's great. Now if you've been watching, I've been putting together a 460 to go into this truck. And in case you were wondering, yes, the motorhome is still here. Still sitting there, mucking up my driveway. I'll get rid of it one of these days. And if you're wondering why it's still sitting there, go ahead and check out my last episode where I explain in detail that whole situation. But for now, let's go ahead and really the only thing actually I've done with this truck is I put in a new fuel tank. It wasn't picking up in the front, just picking up a bunch of air, so the pickup tube had a hole in it somewhere, and they're all integral. You can't change out the pickup tube. It's welded into the inside of the tank. So went ahead and put in a new tank. I think it was like 200 bucks, maybe 300, if that, and it runs perfectly now. It's got the 4-speed with Granny. That works great, but we're getting rid of that, going to a C6. Now let's see what's under the hood. So this little feller here is a 240. From the outside looks like a 300, 240, they all look exactly the same. But this particular one is a 240. And it is gutless. Oh my god, it's gutless, but it is super reliable. Makes a little bit of noise right now, kind of like a cackling noise. I'll link up to one of those episodes where I explain it. And I feel kind of bad because I haven't shown this truck a lot. It's only been in a couple episodes, and in reality it's because I don't really need to do anything to the truck. It just starts, it runs, does exactly what I asked it to every time I need to drive it, and it drives straight, drives perfectly. So there's really nothing I need to do to the truck other than throw this giant big block into it, and that was just a preference thing. But this 240, they don't get great gas mileage, but it's just a good, reliable little engine, just kind of like sewing machines along, and haven't had to do much of anything to this. Need to plumb up the windshield wiper, or I'm sorry, windshield washer fluid. That's about it with it. It's got factory power brakes with the single cylinder for the 4-wheel drums, which actually stops really well, unlike this one over here where you need 400 football fields and a 2-week head notice to stop at a stoplight. I mean, as long as you're prepared for it by like 2 miles, then you're good to go. But this thing stops on a dime. It's got a little bit of a right pull, but it stops when you ask it to. Just a good, reliable truck. I'm personally a big fan of this body style. It's more of, I don't know. I think in the 50s and early 60s, mid 60s, the body styles, the imagination was there. After that, they kind of just went away with imagination. you start ending up with like square body stuff, which is it's square. I mean, I don't know what else to say with that, but I think they lost a lot of imagination. But this, the body lines and everything else, like this little dip here and the front end and dip down the fender here, I just think that's just really cool. But that's my opinion. And don't get me wrong, I mean, this truck looks good. I think it just lacks a lot of the personality that the late 50s and early 60s trucks and cars had. But so that's where we're at with it. This engine is pretty gutless, like I said. It's got to have around 90 horsepower now. I think factory they had 150 something horsepower, but this thing's down on it. But just a good, reliable truck. Drives everywhere I need it to and does everything I ask it to. So that's where we're at with this. We need to figure out which one we're going to take, and that's where you're going to help me out. You're going to go down in the comments, let me know which truck you think we should take. And now, if you're here in the Southwest, come on down to Tucson, at Tucson Dragway for the Duct Tape drags, September 29th and 30th. You'll see me, some of my family, and Steve Tackett from Tackett's House of Horsepower will be down there drag racing, like I said earlier in the video. But also David Freiberger is going to be there from Roadkill, and you've got Derek Bieri from Vice Grip Garage, and Dave Chappelle from Dirt Every Day. They're going to be down there, and I think there's a bunch more people coming. But those are the mentionables that are hosting and putting on the show. Derek's going to be in the Burnout Pit, while Freiberger is out at the Duct Tape drags. So, thanks for watching. It's a good little update video. Give you an idea where we're at with things, and as well get you out to see us. We're gonna have a tent out there at the car show, maybe just a pop-up, but with some banners and stuff like that. Come over and say hi to us. We're gonna be sticking around for the bonfire as well with Freiberger and Derek and all them. So come out and shake some hands, drink some beer with us, hang out, and hopefully we'll see you on both days. It's gonna be a great event. Should be really fun. But for now, that's it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned in the next episodes or so where we get that big block thrown in our boy here and decrease its gas mileage exponentially. But as always, have fun, and we'll see you on the next one.